Sorry for the interruption.
Yep.
Set. Okay, so we've filed down the acrylic. The saw marks are out. There are still file marks there. And this one is yellow, and you can't see the file marks very well in the yellow one. Okay, but they are there, and you can feel that they're there. The first thing you're going to do is come to your wet and dry paper, and our wet and dry paper is black. And you're going to start with the 240 grade. You're going to start with the 240 grade, and you're going to use it dry. Okay, and you could rub like that with your fingers. What's the problem possibly with sanding it with your fingers and thumbs?
You get like sore fingers.
You might get sore fingers. It wasn't. I was thinking more about the work. Think more about the work. Shapes your thumb. Soft, isn't it? All right, and if it's soft and round, it's going to make those edges soft and round. Now you might want that, and you might not. And if you want nice flat square edges, you can wrap this around one of your files, okay? And then you can get nice control. If you've got a corner or a shape, you definitely want to wrap it around your file, because you're going to be able to use the shape of these needle files, the little circles or the half moons or the triangles, to get into the corner that you've designed. But this one happens to be a fairly level piece of work. Now, I haven't spent very long on that because I don't need to spend very long on that. All right, you've filed it down quite well. It hasn't got an awful lot of file marks in. The next stage is to go to the 600. The 600 is smoother, much smoother. Find myself some. Get that one. Put some out. 240. Find me some 600. Here you go. All right, that one's 600. They don't all say it on the back. You need to get used to how they feel, okay? So it's okay to pass those around and have a feel. Let me grab that one. And have a feel of what they're like. Then you're going to come on to the work. And this is the beauty of wet and dry paper. It's called wet and dry paper because we can use it dry, like so. I might wrap it around my tool because I want a nice square edge. And you can see that there's a fine amount of acrylic dust in there, yes? All right. Is metal likely to scratch this plastic? Is this sponge here likely to scratch that plastic?
No.
Why not?
Because it's soft.
It's softer. All right. What about another piece of acrylic? Would another piece of acrylic scratch that?
No. Maybe.
Hard to pick, isn't it? It won't, because they are the same strength. Okay, it's the same material. It can't scratch itself. All right, and what it will do, if you gather a whole load of the dust and you keep on sanding over there like that with a whole load of the dust, what it's going to do is polish itself if you turn it into a little paste with a bit of water. Now I've got acrylic dust on there and acrylic dust on there, and I haven't wiped that off. All right, I'm going to use it, and you will see in a minute that it turns itself to a fine, fine paste. And you're using the acrylic dust mixed with water, which is slightly abrasive, isn't it? You can see river stones are all smooth, and shells and stones from the sea are all smooth because the water wears them down ever so slightly. Well, water combined with your dust like that, see that? Mm-hmm. All right, that's going to polish that edge there. Do you think it matters if I push hard?
Yeah, definitely. No.
If I do that, is it doing anything?
No.
All right, so it's the movement that matters, isn't it? Okay, so don't kill yourselves going like this, pushing really hard. Going, I've got to polish it. Okay, you're not doing any more. You need it to keep moving. You need it to keep moving. That's the abrasive factor, okay? All right, when that's done, you'll see that it's starting, unlike the edge that we started with, it's starting to become nice, quite nice, flat and smooth, isn't it? Quite nice and flat and smooth. And it feels nice and flat and smooth, not like the one you've just cut, but it isn't shiny yet, like the surface, is it? So you know when we peel this backing paper off, it's shiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
It glows in the light. Well, I want it like that, okay? And I've got two stages that I can go to. We're going to show you both of them. You might not all need both of them. The first one is with this. Go and get from your cupboard a flathead screwdriver. Actually, we might be able to use the file. Oh, don't worry. Right, I've got here something called cutting compound. Okay, it's designed for polishing car paint. All right, and some of the same elements of car paint are the same elements that go up to make plastic. Right, the acrylic. Okay, there is plastic particles in your car body paint. Okay, and this, ever so slightly, is designed to polish them. Now, I'm only using about that much. Okay, don't need much at all. Right, and I'm just going to use this sponge and I'm going to go across like that, and this is going to start to polish it for us. A cutting paste is ever so slightly abrasive, so if I put it on, for example, a mirror, what do you think would happen? Would it shiny it up or would it dull it off? Right, it would scratch it a little bit, okay, and it would start to kind of smear it. I don't need to rub that for long. All right, and it's starting to go shiny. And my very final touch is with this, and this is our polish, and this will polish it, and that's the very last touch that you need. And again, you need almost less than you can get out of the bottle. Okay, so I'm doing it with a paper towel. I don't need that much. I can't get any less than that out. Okay, so I'm going to put it on over the acrylic. Again, I'm not pushing hard, it's the movement that matters. It will feel nice and it will look nice. And the last thing that I want to do is to kind of dry it off and wipe it off. Go and have a look and a feel of that. If you can stop that, please.